well, anyway, some are rejoicing already. And hey, in case someone is owing you, and you know that the person is a salary earner, just try and start knocking, at the door almost immediately, okay? So that the person can put you, in his or her priority list. Don't forget that I advised you. And when you've collected the money, don't forget to, the person who advised you is still here. Well, his name is Jude. He can be Jude, and he's just right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. And this is Matters, okay? Here we discuss political matters and some other important matters. Thanks for joining me. In case you're just tuning in, well, I'm here with the former Commissioner of Police, CP Chukwueze, is here in the studio again. Yeah, I don't know if today would go historical anyway, but let's see how it goes. A very beautiful number for the radio station, 0700 903 9039. Yeah, that's a WhatsApp number. Then in case you want to call in much more later, yeah, you're free to do that. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call to be part of the conversation, okay? Don't forget I said my name is Jude if you are new here. Now, information reaching me now says, before we start talking, information reaching me now says that the Acting Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egwuatu, or rather, no, before I break that one, let me give you this one. Countless number of police personnel are currently occupying occupying the National Secretariat of the All Progressives Congress, APC, ahead of the swearing in of newly appointed members of the National Working Committee this afternoon. Like as I speak to you already, the battle-ready police officers strategically positioned along the entrance of the street or the building housing the headquarters of the party. Hundreds of protesters looked undeterred by their presence. The arrival of the governor of Kogi State, Yahaya Bello, in the early hours of the morning contributed in highlighting the tension around the secretariat. The mode of contention was the announcement of Mary Alile Idele from Edo State as National Women Leader, South Zone, the candidate of Comrade Adams Oshiomhole, instead of Dr. Stella Ode-Ekpo, the candidate of the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Beta Edu. Well, I'll serve you more information as it comes, okay? But something really, really strong is happening as I speak to you at the Secretariat of the National Secretariat of the All Progressives Congress anyway. So let's get talking. This time around, we'll start from Lagos State. A whole lot of questions, a whole lot of things to get to unravel this afternoon. And we'll start, like I said, from Lagos State here where we are, right, way. I'm sure you are aware, CP, that the Lagos State House of Assembly, confirmed 22 out of 39 cabinet nominees sent recently by the governor, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, for screening. The Speaker of the House, Mudashiru Obasa, who, presided over the day's plenary, said that the confirmation followed a rigorous and detailed screening of the nominees by an ad hoc committee led by the Chief Whip of the House. Obasa commended the committee for its effectiveness and urged the confirmed nominees to always remember that they are in office to serve the people of the state and not individuals. He also promised that the House would continue to do its best in the interests of the state. Now, here is where I'm going to, CP. 17 nominees were, however, rejected during the confirmation, which was done through a voice vote, as Obasa mentioned the name of each of the nominees. The lawmaker representing the Ikorodu constituency 2 in the House, when contacted, on why the 17 nominees were rejected, said he could not speak for the House, but only for his constituency. And when I went down to get to read the names, the rejected members, the first that came to mind was Folashade Adefisayo, the woman in charge of, I think, education. in the states. Akin Abayomi, these are known names. And now the situation is different. I mean, what would have happened that made them reject these names? 17, the whole 17 of them rejected. I mean, what would have been the reason?
Well, the House of Assembly didn't come out to give us criteria of the yardstick they used in screening the nominees of the governor. I think at the federal level, like what happened, the DSS did a screening of ministerial nominees, and those who did not meet up with the benchmark had themselves thrown out. It appears something similar would have happened in the House of Assembly, where they may have profiled all the 39 nominees that came and saw that 22 are the proper and fit persons to hold the commissioner's offices for Lagos State. It is possible that the other 17 have issues which has not been resolved. So what it means that two things will happen. It's either the governor replaces those 17 people, or the 17 people will have to have a way.
It means they can't, nothing can be done as to bringing them back. And maybe
that's what I'm saying. I said two options.
Okay.
One, they can be replaced by the governor of Lagos State, or in the alternative, the 17 people, either personally or the party or the government house, should find out reasons why the 17 did not pass the acid test, and then go and rectify whatever is the lacuna. Then if at the end of the day some of them are not rectifiable, then they have to be dropped and replaced. That is usually the process.
Some other persons mention that a nominee may be rejected for several reasons, though, just like you stated.
Yes.
And some of the reasons might be not having the APC party, membership card. That's one. And, for, presenting, or maybe another one is presenting a controversial qualification. And other reasons could be maybe security related or criminal records, unexplained dismissal from office, and so many other ones.
Exactly. Like these are the facts the House of Assembly would have looked at. Either looked at it holistically, either on point-to-point basis or collectively.
But again, don't you think this has a political root, a political undertone?
Is there any appointment that doesn't have a political undertone? They all have political undertone in appointing people. Except, in every rule there's an exception. The issue of people carrying membership card of the party, making it grounds for them to qualify to become commissioners, does not follow the rule 100%. That's why I say there are some exceptions, optionals you look at, and depending on what they will bring on board for the state government. In that case, they may not even look at where the person is coming from in terms of his tribe, language, or religion. What they look at is what he is bringing, to get the state to move to the next level. An instance is during Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's time as governor of Lagos, when he picked Ben Akabeze. Ben is not things. They just looked at what can this man do, and they gave him a very sensitive position. I think an office of budget and planning for Lagos State, and he performed so creditably well that he was recommended to move to Abuja by the subsequent governments that came on board. They took him, not even as a party man. As we speak, I don't think he's even in any political party. He's not a politician. He's not a party card carrying member, but he has always been looked for. People like Okonjo-Iweala is one of them too, who never belonged to any political party. And they brought him on board and brought her on board and gave her very sensitive position, and she proved her worth throughout the time and the government she served. The same applies to SLS, the Royal Highness of and former Emir of Kano, the way he was brought to CBN and when he left, and how he managed the central bank. There was so much integrity in the system when he was there. In as much as being human, there are some flaws here and there, but I think he performed above board, and within the time he was there, he managed the macro and the micro economy of the system in such a way that the dollar didn't cascade the naira till the time he left. I think naira was going for like 150 naira to $1, as at the time he handed over to Emefiele in early part of 2014.
All right, but then, it beats my imagination and some other persons alongside, because these names, they are very popular names, popular people. For instance, I mentioned Folashade Adefisayo, Akin Abayomi, Yomi Oluyomi, Folashade Ambrose, Barakat Bakare, Gbenga Omotosho, Olalere Odushote, am I right with that pronunciation now? Rotimi Fashola, Bolaji Dada, Sam Egube, and a whole lot of them. These are big names that we've known over time here in Lagos State.
The thing is that the State House of Assembly does not owe anybody any explanation. It's an independent part of the government. It's an independent arm of the tripod, judiciary, executive, and legislature. So they don't owe anybody any explanation for not accepting or screening through some of them and giving them pass mark to be taken in as commissioners in Lagos State. They have their grounds, they have their reasons, and they are not bound to tell the public their criteria or their reason for dropping them. So for you to parade big name or big names doesn't mean that it's automatic go for you to become a commissioner in Lagos State. And I believe the same thing is applicable to every other state in Nigeria.
Okay. Let's put it aside now and talk about palliatives.
Okay.
Nigerians are weary. Nigerians are not happy. Their hopes dashed, and a whole lot, as regards what is going on in Nigeria currently. And I would also want to ask you, how do you see this pattern or this way that the palliative is being shared? There is a picture or a video that emerged the day before yesterday, or is it yesterday? We saw a pack of gari and some other little things inside. I don't know what those what is it, seasoning, all of those things inside. And I was told that's the palliative that the federal government is talking about. I mean, how would you, do you consider that okay at all? I mean, is that what the federal government promised?
I don't think so. What we saw, or we are still seeing, is really ridiculous. As we speak, I think all the state governments are presently cross-checking the social register to know who are the poor, or the poor of the poorest that should get.
What social register?
The ones they used during COVID. They are trying to, if such registers exist anyway. Okay. So they are trying.
I think better.
They are trying to review the register and be sure whether those names in the register are ghost names or even if they are not ghost names, whether some of them are still alive and so on and so forth. They are still doing that. So anybody distributing whatever in the name of palliatives now, I believe is just playing politics. The real thing from the federal government has not really trickled down. Rather, the states are still working on the modalities to distribute or disburse those palliatives.
Okay.
And then furthermore, if you look at the thing side by side, you see that there are some governments that are committed to their people and very responsive to the yearnings, hues, and cries of their people. I want to make a reference to Borno State, where the people were rejoicing. You know, I could see some of them carrying 50 kg bag, one person.
Of rice?
Of rice for his family. And the governor distributed it across board so that once you have taken, don't come back. For the thing to go around, you know, the population. So why will other state government, is it that Borno is the most buoyant in the whole federation? Who is on the throne? The people rejoice. So that means Professor Zulum in Borno has already thrown a challenge to the other 35 state governors and maybe the FCT minister to see whether they will toe the queue, whether they are still working on the register or not. They should emulate what has happened in Borno State.
From the last census, Borno has 6.112 million people.
Yes. Now,
and you're talking about one bag of rice.
Look, when they are talking of palliative, it is meant for a class of people. It's not meant for everybody. There are, if you are a senator, or you're a member of House of Assembly, or you're a member of House of Reps, and your family, are you talking of going to go and queue on the line to collect palliative? There's a targeted population, the targeted set of the wretched people that they will make sure these things go to. So it's like they have really sanitized the system. It is not meant for every Tom, Dick, and Harry. But it's all over the place. You can check it out.
But some will tell you that the government, the Nigerian government, doesn't have the list or the names of the poorest of the poor.
Well, that's why I say I don't know how the state governments.
It's just like you come to Lagos now, you say you're looking
for lists and all.
You understand? Like people will look at you.
I understand what you're saying.
So that's why in Lagos we're scared. How are you going to distribute palliatives in Lagos?
That is the thing.
One bag to each family. So you should be talking about like maybe 25 million bags.
Well.
All right.
That one is not feasible.
Okay.
It's not feasible. No, but you see, the thing is this.
And it's not only rice, right? Oil and some of the
and other condiments.
So,
no. When you're saying if you have 25 million people in Lagos, that means you're talking of 25 million bags. No. You're talking as if kids who are 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, if you have 8 in the house, they'll give you 8 bags. That's not the way it works. When they give you a bag, it's not meant for you as an individual. It's meant for you and your family.
So how do they know how many? No. It's just the truth.
I know.
How would they be able to know how many families there is in Lagos State?
You see, like that of Borno, they live like a community. They may have arranged themselves that once you collect, maybe that one bag is meant for not less than 10 people or thereabouts. They will have a way of checking it. And if you go to that part of the country, they don't have this greedy grab tendency. I mean, but in Lagos, you see somebody will even grab 10 bags. He will take one, go and put in the store that he will sell. He will look for a way again. He will leave Mushi and move to maybe Sulere. Go there and battle and collect another bag, if such a thing is in place. So down here we have something different. The demography is something that has absolutely no integrity when you want to place it on basis of standard. But up there, like that Boronu, Yobe axis, I mean, little thing, they are contented with it.
The question is, how will government get to find out how many families there are in Lagos? What are the modalities put in place to get to find out how many families there are in this particular state? Because the population here is
something else.
Is huge.
Yes, it is.
So that's what we're looking at. Okay, even if you want to share this palliative, some people still feel, well, this palliative thing is going to go for, the rich will still have their way.
Exactly.
They will still share, a portion of this thing we're talking about. Not because they are poor, but because they are greedy.
Of course. You're right.
They're just greedy. Now, here is what Obaseki is saying, Obaseki of Edo State. He lashed out at the administration of Tinubu, saying he was shocked and scared of the government's inability to plan and effectively respond to the first subsidy removal that further impoverished Nigerians, inflicting hardship and suffering on the people. He's saying he is shocked that this administration cannot handle this thing. You just remove first subsidy and you don't even have a way to cater to people. You can't find a way to cater to people. You're not doing anything about it. Or you're trying to do something but it's not working.
You see, it boils down to what I have been saying on this issue of subsidy removal. Whatever has been saved from it, they would have had plan B, plan A, plan B. You classify the high priority one into immediate action. Then you can keep the other bits on medium and long-term projections, what you're going to do at those times. And what came to mind for immediate attention are things like area of transportation, because that is where the cries are on the high side. Between that time and now, I had expected that the ports would have been flooded with high-capacity buses, even if we can't get the local assembly plants to get them done. Maybe they don't have the arrangements or the standard to do high-capacity buses. But I think Innocent does.
Okay.
If they could have utilized that, flood the places with and take minimum charges for them as a kind of social contract. Those buses, if the public have seen that, flood the rail lines with more coaches or wagons, as the case may be. The waterways, get some additional boats, safe boats with life buoy and life jackets and vests to protect the passengers and all that. And then you see the masses will be substantially relieved of this pressure. Because you come to find out that whatever they earn as income or as salary, most of them goes to transport, cost of transportation. I'm not ruling out that the inflation wouldn't be there in terms of cost of living and all that, which has already dropped the standard of living. But I'm trying to say an area that will have impact on the lives of the people. And as they are doing that, they should at the same time focus on getting at least one of the refineries to start working, maybe towards the end of the year or beginning of next year. Because if the refinery is working, the pressure comes lower in the sense of cost of finished or refined petroleum products. Because part of the headache we are having as we speak is that the crude you lift here and sell to the international markets, you make money. Granted, the money is going to the federation accounts. Then the man you're selling the crude to, cost of crude has even gone high to about it's $6 a barrel. The man there buying it is not Father Christmas. He will refine it and sell it at that cost plus his profit. And then vessels will now bring them back to where they are coming from. You are now talking in terms of freight costs, you are talking of insurance, you are talking of port charges, and all the taxes that go with it. Before the major marketers, Morman or whatever they call themselves, who had also joined the foray with NMPC, gets those products into their tank farms on its way for end users, filling stations and all that. So in order to improve on the situation, I believe by now the IPMAN, independent marketers, would have joined the queue to also go to that international market and buy and bring. The more the merrier. So that, like in a clear case of basic economics of demand and supply and getting an equilibrium, will stabilize the price. The thing will not be, it will just be oscillating. It won't fly the way some people are scared that it will fly. But part of the problem compounding the situation too, like I have always said, is issue of this leaving the naira to find its value, where you still have parallel market in the foreign exchange market. They thought that by floating it by now, we would have had a single market where the two of them would have matched. But as they have, indirectly devalued the currency by about 30% or thereabout, by pegging the official rate at 700 and something naira to $1. That is what has further exacerbated the parallel market and pushed it to over 900 for $1. And the more there is scarcity or paucity of the dollars in the market, it is equally affecting, I'm talking of demand and supply now, it will equally affect the cost of the naira vis-a-vis the dollar. It will make once it's scarce, the thing will continue to shoot up. So if care is not taken, before you know it, $1 will be going for 1,000 naira.
I wanted to come to this issue of fuel, but there's a question I want to ask you.
Go ahead.
But before I do that,
yes,
2 billion naira has been, 2 billion.
It's a dollar or naira?
3,000 bags of rice
okay.
to Ebonyi. 3,000 bags of rice.
Okay.
To Ebonyi. And of course, 2 billion. Now, the 3,000 bags of rice is for, how would they share that one?
Well, you see the thing
3,000 bags of rice.
I think what they are going to do, they are going to check the number of local governments they have vis-a-vis the population components of each of those local governments.
Can these actually cushion any effect?
It will.
Let's look at this whole thing holistically now.
It will not.
How can you ask, people to take a whole state, 3,000 bags of rice?
It will not go anywhere. That is why I said, instead of all this halabalu, what they could have done is to look for a way to cushion the hard times for the poor people. Especially in this area of transportation. That is where I had expected them to pay attention to, at least as the immediate solution for now. When they are able to manage that, then other ones will now follow simultaneously.
And of course, DSS has come out to ask governors of the zones to prioritize the distribution of relief materials, to strengthen security gains in the insurgency ravaged areas. Again, I want to ask, what is the job of the DSS?
The work of the DSS is to gather intelligence, profile it.
Is it for the DSS to come into issues like this? Is it part of it?
Well, you see, they are one of the agencies of government, and they want to make impact in all areas or spheres of our social lives, social and economic lives, as well as politics and the political system too. And that is why they are doing all this, at least to bring in like a sense of sanity in whatever we are doing. Whether the impact is positive or not is not the question. but let it be seen that
They are working.
they are working.
It's okay.
Yes.
It's okay. Now let's now go back to the issue of fuel.
Yes.
Something is happening currently.
Okay.
Most filling stations across the country are currently, rationing petrol. Marketers have shunned importation, and a lot is happening. I drove to there's a filling station I used to get fuel. The day before yesterday, I got there. It was like they've closed for the day, and I was surprised. Even along the road, this major
roads,
road,
yeah.
a lot of them are not selling, or they sell, from morning till maybe 12, and they're done, till the following day. And this is, it calls for concern.
What exactly is happening is that they are just being speculative. They are thinking that any moment from now, prices can also escalate or jump, so that they will not be at the losing end. Yes. If it goes up, it is to the advantage. They will adjust the meter to the new price and sell at that. You see that once prices go up, the stations are fully open. They will even sell 24 hours if it is possible. But once there is this speculation that the pump price is likely to change on the higher side, they'll come up with this attitude of when they sell a certain quantity, they close down and tell you they've run out of fuel. They are just projecting and at the same time speculating. And all these things are because of the way the dollar is knocking the naira. That's what they are following. If they monitor the money market or the foreign exchange market, more or less, not the money market. If they monitor the foreign exchange market and see that the thing dollar has gone higher, they will say it's very likely that as a product is coming, the price will likely change. So that's exactly what has been at the back of the mind of these outlets and their parent body, giving them instructions on how to run those filling stations.
Voice of the People 90.3 FM. In case you're just tuning in, I want to say welcome. This is Matters, and my name is Jude, and I have a former commissioner of police in the studio this afternoon. Feel free to join the conversation via YouTube, that is at VOP 90.3 FM, or WhatsApp. Drop your comments there at 0700 903 9039. That is our WhatsApp number. Quickly, I want to touch on Emefiele, then come to the PEPT. There's a big question on everyone's lips right now, and I would ask you the question. But before I relay that question, indications emerged yesterday that the embattled, suspended governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, may be exploring a plea bargain with the federal government. Do you consider this the best option right now for Emefiele? Plea bargain.
Plea bargain on what basis? Have they finished the investigation? That option does not even arise because there's a lot to be looked into as far as the conduct of business and activities of the central bank has been in the past close to 10 years. The man was holding fort as governor of central bank. Since 2014 January, he entered till date. Things went haywire, especially after Jonathan Goodluck's regime left in 2015. It was like jiggery-pokery, a situation where the razzmatazz was such that there was no controls. Nobody knew what was going on in the central bank. So some people just used that window to do a lot of harm to the Nigerian economy. It was free for all to do their round tripping, do their money laundering. There was so much rent seeking and arbitrage in the system. And people became billionaires overnight. You know, for not even making any efforts, just because they had cheap and free access to the foreign exchange market. And from what we have been reading recently, a lot of big names, this is not a forum where I'll be mentioning those names, we are fingered at, who will tell us that they are sourcing for foreign exchange to support industries. Some were even collecting that they are going overseas to go and invest in industries abroad. From what we are reading, what we are seeing. That's why I said I don't need to mention names. But very soon, Nigeria, it will come to the public domain. The whole Nigerians will see the details. So what is it talking about, plea bargain?
No, plea bargain because it is as a result of the fact that scheduled fresh arraignment before the Federal High Court or the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory FCT sitting in Maitama was again stalled yesterday. This is the second time. Neither Emefiele nor his co-defendants in the 20-count corruption charge the federal government entered before the court were present for the proceeding. So the next option maybe is his plea bargain.
The thing will not even arise. The 20 counts you are seeing is just like scratching the surface. As time goes on, you see over 100 counts. Mark my statement. There is a lot of rot in CBN. There has been a lot of rot in CBN. And as time goes on, they'll be exhuming them one after the other. So what are we talking about? Which plea bargain are you talking about? Anyway, those ones are still speculative. It's speculation from some sympathizers and some people who want to hit the news headline and all that.
Okay. Men of the Nigerian army have reportedly foiled an attack on the forward operating base by the indigenous people of Biafra fighters in Imo State. I'm sure you heard that story.
I did.
IPOB attacking an army base in Imo State. I mean, you are a security personnel. Doesn't that call for a concern? Because now we're talking about there's the issue of sit at home is now going down, and now there is something else playing out. Attacking an army base is a big one. I mean, in Imo State is a big one. This is not Kaduna. This is not north. This is, southeast. Imo State. Doesn't it call for concern?
Those the gods want to kill, they first make mad. So I believe those people who we are trying their luck to overrun the forward operation base of the Nigerian army, they must have been tired of this life. So they were thinking of suicide. Yes, it is suicidal. Because first and foremost, they don't know the capacity or the in the forward operation base. You see, it's this problem or question of ignorance, people acting very foolishly, because they want to become heroes. But we talk of heroes when what you're trying to do will make sense, such that at the end of the day, when you succeed, the society will hail you that you have just performed marvelously well. Not when you pick the uninformed or less informed people and tell them that certain things are possible, that it has been done before that and it can be done now. And because those people are brainwashed, they believe that whoever is leading them into such an attack or an attempt is leading them rightly. Anyway, what is the result like?
It was foiled. I think one was arrested, and I think about one or two also were killed.
Well, they are even lucky that others escaped. They were lucky they didn't even get close. They would have cleared all of them. They would have leveled all of them. And if such a thing had happened, nobody will have sympathy for them, because the society as a community never encouraged that. If you go and do some checks, you find out that there was no consensus of opinion for people to move in and go and overrun forward the operation base. It's only miscreants inside the forest or jungle that will sit down to plan a thing like that. Such a thing will never have the blessing of the people.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Finally, before I get to open up the studio lines,
Yes.
let's get to the PEPT, the Presidential Election Petitions Court.
Yes.
There is this big question as regards judgment. In fact, a whole lot of persons have asked me, privately or publicly, when will this judgment come? When is our country expecting the court to rule, the court to decide, the court to judge, the court to do the needful as regards the election that took place on February the 25th? When, CP? Help us understand, what is playing out currently.
Well, based on the laws and the regulations and rules guiding the elections vis-a-vis the Constitution and the Electoral Acts, you come to find out that there is a timeline for such a body sitting and adjudicating on election matter to do their judicial proceedings and come out with a judgment or a ruling. And it is not compelling on those judges or justices, as the case may be, that they must bow or be forced under pressure to come out and give you a ruling or justice at the instance of the public. So they are at liberty to be sure that within the specified period, which is 180 days,
80 days,
they must have finished.
Okay, the 180 days is not over yet.
It's not over yet. It is when it would have come to the end. But they are mindful of it. These are seasoned jurists. They are mindful of it. So they have a right to keep you and all of us in suspense until towards the end of the duration, towards the end of the timeline.
But it's compulsory that they must rule before or
before, yes, they have to. So they will surely rule.
It can't be adjourned again.
No.
No.
They can't. It can't. They are sitting down quietly, taking their time to look at every item that was presented to them from all the sides and writing their judgments. And at the same time, knowing fully well the interests of all the parties, including the generality of Nigerians. Even if the thing is ready now, they are not ready to come and just reel out the contents. They are at liberty to keep it till towards the end. That is one. Then two,
Okay.
being Nigerians and full of experience, they must have been watching the setting, all the happenings, including the activities in Niger Republic, the reaction of the ECOWAS vis-a-vis the request from the National Assembly, especially the Senate, for military intervention in another man's country, and the public reaction, and how EU and AU and ECOWAS are reacting to the issue. These are part of the things that they are looking at. They won't want to drop the bombshell beam that will cause or aggravate or an upstare that will rumble and shake the polity. So they must have been looking at the barometer and the temperature of what is happening in the landscape, so that one will not add to the scenario that is presently playing out. And I mean, there's nothing wrong in that. So Nigerians, if I should advise, should exercise patience and do other things that would at least help them ameliorate the hardship that everybody is going through now. They should be thinking in that direction and leave the election petition court first. We have already seen everything. Let them now come out with their position or judgment. And if it comes out, whether it favors A or favors B, there's still window to go to the apex court. So people should not use that to hit the polity the more. Anybody, any party that is aggrieved has a window to move up to apex court. It shouldn't be forum or time to begin to generate, protests and especially violent protests that will worsen the situation we find ourselves now.
Yesterday, Primate Ayodele came out to say that the judges are under pressure right now.
Naturally.
So much pressure. And he said if the citizens don't pray for these judges, something dangerous, something really, really sad, bad might happen. He said the judges need some level of fortification, spiritually and otherwise, that there is a battle, somewhere to make sure that...
You see why this, what we are seeing on the billboards, all eyes on judiciary. It didn't just come up like that. It is what they have seen that would have, occasioned them going to raise such concern. You remember sometime last year when APC was doing their presidential primaries, two people, let me give these two instances.
Okay.
The past Senate president and the present Senate president were in Ego Square, slotting it out to become president of Nigeria, even though at last they stepped down for the present president. They never contested for primaries in the Senate. They didn't. Then suddenly, the Supreme Court gave judgment in their favor that they are the senatorial candidates. And today they are sitting in National Assembly. That calls for a very big concern. I just want to give only these two. Let me leave the rest. So they are all scared that such a thing should not repeat itself, because that is a warning signal. It is, even the SA and Olisa Abakoba, who was past president of the Nigeria Bar Association, said it in an interview that the entire world watched, that in his 45 years of legal practice, that what he's seeing in the judiciary is ridiculous, especially at the apex court. So if somebody, such a legal luminary, will raise such warning, do you know the message the thing has sent to the informed minds across the nation? That is why they said, look, what this man has said means a lot. Let us go now and warn these people, because they are going to set the whole place ablaze. If they leave the substance and begin to present the shadows to us, we will react. That's the message. I'm not trying to justify what they wrote, but it looks innocuous. But then it carries a lot of meaning. It carries a lot of meaning. And that was why the bodies or the agency responsible for controlling those billboards and advertisements went in immediately to suspend some persons and pull down those boards. But the message has already been conveyed, and it's a very strong message. So what the primate Ayodele said is not far from the truth, that there's a lot of pressure on those jurists and that the whole nation should pray for them so that they should not bow to on basis of sentiments or whatever consideration. They should not end up doing the wrong thing.
Well, let's get to, our listeners and also hear what they have to say, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Dear valued listeners, we believe in free speech, but with freedom comes responsibility. We'd like to remind you to be mindful of the power of your words and the impact they can have on others. As members of Voice of the People community, it's crucial that we foster an environment of respect, empathy, and understanding. As we lead healthy discussions and diverse opinions, it is important to ensure that these opinions are backed by facts and grounded in truth. Slanderous statements and baseless accusations not only harm individuals but also undermine the very fabric of our community. So, how do you contribute to a more responsible and informed dialogue? 1. Fact check before you speak. Take the time to verify the information you intend to share. 2. Respectful language. Choose your words thoughtfully and avoid derogatory or offensive language. 3. Encourage healthy debate. Embrace the opportunity to engage in constructive conversations. 4. Lead by example. As a listener, you have a powerful voice. Thank you for joining us today. Together, let's make a difference by embracing factual dialogue and promoting respect in our conversations. As always, we value your opinions and encourage you to call in and share your thoughts responsibly. To be part of the conversation, the number to call is 0700 903 903 903. Again, 0700 903 903 903. You may send your WhatsApp messages to 0700 903 9039. Always remember, words have power. Use them wisely.
Your words have power. Use them well, Thank you. Good afternoon to you this afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon.
Mr. Gidi and CP. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you too.
My name is Mr. Ahmad from Egypt.
Welcome.
Yeah, I want to clear more, or you clear me more, about when the president asked you about the duty of DSS, because you shy away from it. And if you watch the way the president laughed over it, it does not go well with us, because I'm unhappy over you. But because of the last question you answered now, gave me hope over you, because I know you are under retirement, under CP. I know you are selecting some words you're supposed to answer and the ones you did not answer. Because if you go through Nigerians, we are going through hell. It's not something that God can easily say it all. You know what you are passing through. All this palliative they are giving to equip themselves to whether if the judges are coming to rerun, just 5 billion they are giving them is to give them to lose it.
Much. Thank you. You want to comment on that quickly?
You know why I'm laughing? He said that I was selecting words concerning the DSS. I've said it several times. I don't need to spend so much time explaining that the work of the DSS is to collate information, process them, profile them, and send it to the agencies that should use them to ensure maximum security. That's the work of the DSS. So what else is he expecting me to say? And in addition, the government can equally instruct them to go further than that even to the extent of making arrests of subversive elements.
Okay.
But the thing is this, the area they are going into now, which I don't know where they derive their powers from, is to go and do prosecution and investigations. It is not part of the mandate of the DSS.
Okay.
But based on the Constitution, based on Section 214 of the Constitution.
All right. Good afternoon to you this afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Jude.
I bring you good greetings. John Legend.
Yeah, and good afternoon, CP.
Good afternoon to you too.
Let's go.
CP, we have an agreement today. That
Yes.
you are going to tell us how you were retired from police. all of us are waiting because we have to. There's something I need to find out from there. So that is our agreement. We say you will take your time today and explain to us how you were retired from as commissioner of police. That is why I didn't go where I was supposed to go today. I decided to left whatever I was going to do today.
Really?
Yes, 100% sure.
It's okay. It's okay. No wahala.
Because that is the main topic today for me.
All right. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
It will be attended to. Don't worry. Before the program runs out, it will be attended to.
All right. Hello. Good afternoon to you.
Hello. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yes. Good afternoon to you. Hello. Hello. So sorry about that. You can call back, please. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm very happy to be connected to this.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. City, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, madam.
Yeah, my question is on this, their palliative. Now, let me start from COVID-19. In COVID-19, I am Mama T calling from Motion to the lower side.
All right.
When they started,
Hello.
Hello, are you with me?
Yes,
sir?
I can hear you.
Yeah. COVID-19, they came to our side. They register us all. After some 2-3 months, they came back. They tested list. They now ask us to check our list. The list, if our names are there. When we check, my name was there. They now collected our account details. Up to this present time I'm talking to you, I did not receive cover. Now they want to give them this 180 something million. They want to enrich the politicians the more. There is no account. Do they do the account of those of us who collected our data, our account details without saying naira? I can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the area they register us. Up to today, no cover. Now you are now talking of giving them a palliative for that huge amount. They want to enrich the politicians the more. This palliative, they say they are doing up and down. I am one of the people that will beg to give people rice, raw food. There was a senator I was talking to since early this year. These people are hungry outside. We will gather people, they give them rice. It's not my money. We beg people, they give them. This one, they said they are giving state government. I remember vividly, I'm from Ondo State. The day they said they are giving them palliative, one lady said, Akiredolu was there. One lady said, hey, I'm happy. They gave me 5,000 naira. I am a hairdresser. I will use it to buy something in my shop. And one old woman said they gave me 5,000. Akiredolu was there. I was looking at him live. Is that palliative? When we are hearing of the Northern War, we are hearing of cash transfer. So where are we going? Let them not give any state. Let them use the money to repair roads, repair our refinery. Nigeria is suffering. My people say when you push go to reach world, go turn back. Let federal government be careful. People are not happy outside. People are hungry. Thank you very much.
Thank you so. Thank you so very much for talking to us this afternoon. All right, don't worry. You can also send your message via WhatsApp and get to YouTube. We're streaming there. YouTube VOP 90.3 FM. WhatsApp 0700 903 9039. And to call in 0700 903 903 903. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Jide.
Welcome.
Yeah, it's in Emeka from Ezeokenwa.
Okay, welcome.
Good afternoon to you, Nemeka.
Yeah, thank you for your work. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Jide,
Yeah.
you know,
Hello? Nemeka, you have to call back. You have to call back. If you can, please just call back. All right? I would read your messages alongside, like I promised, okay? Please do call back. Good afternoon to you. Hello? All right. WhatsApp number 0700 903 9039. 0700 903 9039. All right, let's see if we can touch on some messages now. Nigerians should not complain. Let's wait for the judiciary to pass judgment on or before 19th of September. Nigerians are calculative. Oh, God. 19th of September. UK has been the problems of Nigeria from day one. Now they want to finish Nigeria by pushing us into, an unending war. It's only judiciary that will save us. All eyes on judiciary. Mike from Isolo sent in that message. Thank you so much. Since Nigeria as a country can't recognize... No, I can't read that. Why are you saying that? That's too heavy, man. Let's go here. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, CP.
Good afternoon to you too.
I just want to direct my question to CP.
All right.
CP, I like the way you analyze things. Can you help me and tell me one reason why Nigeria cannot put a refinery in order? Just one reason. I don't know why people have been crying and the president give a debt here. The money they are sharing, if it times it, I don't think it will be able to put one refinery to work.
It is
And
corruption.
that would be a major palliative. How can they be giving share of rice, one derika to Nigeria? And are we so poor like that? Are we calling our citizens? Are we in war-torn citizens? These are things they give people despair. All these people that are chased away with the war-torn zone. That's what a United Nations can give to them. That's what Nigeria government are torn. And somebody can use 250 million to buy a car while giving his own citizen one derika of rice as palliative. Oh my goodness! Please, what is why we cannot put a refinery? That's what, because keep on complaining. We are not making any headway. And this is not making any way. If you check, everybody keep on lamenting refinery. Does the government don't hear about it? One reason, that's because I use almost like this week and keep thinking, why is that Nigeria cannot put a refinery down? The one that Dangote put is not going to work till next year. What is our problem? That's what I want to. Can you explain to us, please?
Let me explain that. What has caused the refinery not working is conspiracy of the highest order by the greedy leadership we have had in the past, who had accommodated and continued to tolerate the cabal, the cartel, whose intention has been for the refinery not to work. Those are the ones who were involved in oil theft, who were involved in going to bring in refined petroleum products, because what the scam they were using in the name of subsidy was favoring them so much. And that was why they told us that they used to bring in, and Nigeria was consuming estimated quantity of about 60 million liters of fuel on daily basis. And go and do your cross-check now. You find out that what is being consumed is not up to 50% of that as of today.
Okay.
Showing that much of what they were bringing in the name of subsidy was being sold across the border to both Cameroon, to Chad, to Niger, and to Benin Republic. So it was favoring them. That was why, too, the number of turnaround maintenance term they did in the past within the civilian dispensation in the last 24 years, at the end of the day, they ended up not bringing out refined petroleum products from those refineries. So that is the truth of the matter concerning why the refineries has not worked. So it is high time, based on what we are going through now in terms of the domestic and international debts we have, and now we have removed the fuel subsidy, and Nigerians are going through hell. They should get those refineries to start working. Even if it is one first, Port Harcourt, then they can later go to Warri. Let the two work. They are close to the source of the raw material, close to the source of the crude.
Very close.
Yes. That's my answer to that.
All right. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, CP.
Good afternoon to you too.
Yes. What I just quickly want to say is about the objectives. I think I even blame the citizens that are going out to go to one place to when you want to go and collect. I talking here. If you give me a bag of rice, not like I'm not going to take, but I'm not interested in it. I will not, even if I see them lining up here now, where I will not go there. What do I need it for? So if they know that people will still gather, there are certain people that will still go and go and collect. If everybody can abandon that, say, we're not they collect. Nobody should go there and start. I heard this morning on the radio that people went there, they were sharing this thing, they removed 10,000 from the plane and all. I don't need the 10. We don't need the 10,000. If they say come to local government, come and gather, make we not go. By the time nobody goes to collect those things, they will really know that it's not what they need. But as long as a group of people goes there, even if it's just 5 or 10, they will shall say they have shared it. Make nobody answer them. This is not what we need. It's not what we need. That you do the right thing. Like I have a uncle that used to one of the bosses in NEPA. Then before he was become PS, he was heading a toll data. However, he said it by himself, say Nigeria not fit get light as long as they are importers of generators, those big generators, the small generators. Nigeria not fit get light. There are people benefiting from it. There are people benefiting from everything. Even this that they will say maybe what's it called, subsidy and all these things. People are just benefiting from us, and this money they are claiming to give palliative is our money. There's taxes everywhere. Even the tax that you buy, they take tax from it. Send money, they will take charge. Receive money, they will take charges. You are collecting our money. So why are you not doing anything at all? All these people are harassing us, these politicians, everything. They are paying you with our money. Over there in the US, if you are disabled, they put you on disability. Honoring maybe your chest, they pay you yourself. You can go and register for disability, they'll be paying you disability check. And so people, they give them per month like $1,000 something. Convert to just, you are not working. I know somebody, my cousin in Germany, she just the bomb for them. She never worked. She's been in Germany for the past 10 years. She never worked one day. They are paying her because of her children. They pay her children money. So there are so many budgets that we don't get anything from our government. Now they just come out and want to say stupid things that they want to share palliative, and some people will just go there, go gather, and say they not give me 10,000. They give some people. We don't need it. We shouldn't support this thing. We should just sit back and tell them no. Thank you very much. Let me give other people a chance to talk.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Thank you. Let's do more now. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
I'm Pius calling from Ajegule.
All right.
I'm Mr. Pius calling from Ajegule, sir.
Okay.
You see, this is our government. They should realize that one day monkey will go market will not come back. How can they say they borrowed money sharing palliatives? They should give our refinery. That is what that we give our economy to meet up with dollar. Not by sharing palliative to us. Who asked them for food? During the lockdown, we suffer it. They didn't see anything. All the money that they sent from diaspora through APGA, that day we did not see anything. Now we case hollering at Abuja that the people are saying that he bought a car of 300 million. Does he bring that money from his house? You know, River State money. They should be very, very careful. But we are watching them. What happens to will happen to them? Thank you.
It is now quickly. Good afternoon. I think we live in a society of scammers in Nigeria. Last time I checked, the NNPC is now a private-owned company under private directives. So tell me, why do such a private enterprise have control in the national treasury affairs and still controls our crude, yet their staff still get salaries through the federal government? And as for our refineries not working, I think it will never be put back to work because it might have been used as collateral for borrowing foreign loans. Well, and for the palliatives, I don't know why everyone is surprised by the scammers and distributing videos of distribution. Because the last time I checked, Nigeria is one of the poorest countries in the world. So our leaders will enjoy every moment of it in order to prove a point at the IMF and World Bank for more loans and aids, as Semota Bright sent that from Italy. Thank you so much, Bright. Good afternoon to you.
Mr. Jude, good afternoon, sir.
All right, good afternoon.
I'm greeting CP. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Bright.
And my name is Monday.
Monday.
Okay.
All right.
Good day, Monday.
Yes. I want to ask the city, please, all the DSS, the police, and all the people that work in the government as an officer, are they really doing their job concerning insecurity? Because people in abroad are afraid to come back. That is not true. Even the poor masses and they are busy talking about their own pocket, their salary. Is it fair? Is it not the same that in our body? They are animals. It's not good. Okay, let me put it this way. I have my bank, I have NIN, I have it here. The palliative, they are using it to do us long throat. Where is it? Is scam. Where is the money? Zero. But they are talking about their own selfishness. All these things they are doing is vanity. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so very much for calling. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello, Jude.
Yes, good afternoon.
Let me ask you one question. Somebody is owing you money. CP, this question is both of you and Jude. Somebody is owing you money. Somebody is owing you money and he have not paid you. Can that stop you money?
Sorry, can you say that again?
I say someone is owing you money. Somebody is owing you money, and the person have not paid you. And can that person still borrow you money? And since he is owing you and he have not paid you, can that person still borrow money from you? Is it possible?
Okay, you mean borrow you more money?
I mean, you are someone is owing you.
Yes.
The same person that is owing you will now come and borrow you money and say you should pay him. Is it possible?
No.
Thank you. You know why I say this, CP?
Yes.
It's because I asked you a question. Say, please try to tell us how they retired you and how you left office. Because why? This is the same APC of a people that is sharing palliative. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Is even owing me money they have not paid me in this Lagos state. And they have not paid me my money of a job I did for them. But they are sharing palliatives. Who is fooling who? Who is fooling who? That is why I asked you that question. They are sharing palliative themselves, that they are sharing palliative. But they are owing me money of a job I did for them. You can see how the game is. Because why? All this current government, they are scammers. Capital scammers. But this is a job I did for them. It's for election. And the election have come and gone. The election has come and gone, but they are sharing palliative. But someone will come out in the radio say, APC, they are trying, Asiwaju is trying, these are trying. That all of them are scammers. Because why? You cannot keep me hungry. Take the little one I'm doing for my business, and you are telling me, because if I am the one that act this thing to them now, by now I could have been arrested. I could have been a scammer. I could have been a fraud. They could have given me names. But they are, because they are in power. If you go to them, you cannot even see the person you are looking for. If I am hungry, if I am now start stealing, I'll do one or two things. If I don't have money for my business again, where will I get that money to feed for my 5 children that I have? Where will I get that money to maintain my company? Where will I get that? What I'm saying is this: where are we? Where are we running to? Who can we run to? Since the leaders that are in this country are capital frauds, stars, and they are parading themselves as leaders, then me, that is an individual, how can they advise me that Mr. John Legend, this is way of doing things? And while you are the one that preaching to me are a capital scammer. All this thing you see they are sharing, this thing they are sharing, they are just playing us games. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Legend. Appreciate that. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, Jide. I'm never got a call back from the.
All right.
Mr. Juice, I want to ask question, please.
Go ahead.
Why is it that it's too hard for Nigeria government to give us the names behind this study issue? And the names behind this insecurity in Nigeria, this terrorist group, the names behind them. Because the other time Mr. President is reading the address the nation, Mr. President mentioned the cabals behind this study. And Mr. President did not tell us the names. Who are these cabals that is not legitimate organization in this Soviet land called Nigeria? It's powerful more than our president. Who is those cabals? That is it. Those cabals are powerful more than our president. That is what they are doing. That as sort of is a joke. Who are those cabals that is more than the president and Nigerians? This is my question, my dear. If I offend anybody, forgive me. We need those names, please. Thank
All right, thank you. Thank you so very, very much. Now, you know what I would do? Let me read more messages again. This person is saying his only hope is on the judiciary. Monjay from Egbeda, that's what he said. My only hope is on the judiciary. But let's see if I can read this message, right? Is it readable? Let's see. What are you trying to say here? Can I read this? Okay. Let me see if I can just touch on it a little. Senator Bukachua said he influenced his wife's verdicts. Akpabio and Lawan were helped by the judiciary. Wike bragged about his involvement with Justice Harun Atamani. Hope Uzodinma, who came fourth, became governor. Ali Ndume confessed that his colleagues pleaded he should influence his wife's verdict and so on. Are these not enough reason for every true concerned Nigerian to say all eyes on the judiciary and stand against subversion of justice? Righteousness exalts a nation, not prayers, according to the scripture. The pastors and imams should hide behind prayers, but stand and speak truth to power. Prayers or prayer didn't develop Singapore, China, Germany, Rwanda, and so on, but leaders with political will and vision. Remy from Akoka sent in that message. It's a beautiful take for me. Thank you anyway for that. Good afternoon.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Move away from your radio set.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Richard, calling from Badagry.
Okay.
Please, I just want to put a little bit contribution based on what is on the discussion on ground now. And my question is, there was a time that the government of our country, Nigeria, beautiful Nigeria, that they said they want to give out a student loan. Are you with me?
Very well.
Now, if this loan were given out and the student, they collected this money.
Hello? Hello? Are you there? Oh. All right. This person says, I want to start with a statement of Abacha when he said, if insurgency lasts more than 48 hours or certain hours, it means it has the hand of people in government, and it made me realize why APC government are yet to arrest and prosecute the names of Boko Haram sponsors given to them from Dubai under Buhari. You remember that name, the names, right?
Yes.
Concerning palliative, every sincere and responsible government don't share peanuts to its people under this bad economic crisis as if we're in war. While such government can use the money to do sensible things that will cut across, greedy leaders. I remember one of the callers who called and he said that he got I think about 100,000 naira. He receives 100,000 naira every month. He called on this platform. I think he's in. Is it Germany or which of the countries he called from? That they pay him sort of an allowance of about 100,000 naira
equivalent.
Yes,
I think it's Sweden also.
Is it Sweden?
Yes.
Yes, 100,000 every month.
Yes.
So our own kind of palliative doesn't come every month. It's just some little things inside the sachet, and that's it forever.
It's unfortunate.
Well, Biola, I appreciate you for sending that message. Let's see if we can get more. Good afternoon, gentlemen. It actually baffles me that our leaders could not afford to fix our refineries all these years. It's a pity that we, the ordinary citizens, cannot in one voice insist that instead of sharing money to us, they should rather use such palliatives money to put our refineries in order. May God bless Nigeria, our beloved country, and Bishop Ezeokenwa at Yano Ejigbo Market. Well, it's okay. Thank you so very much. My question is to the CP. Is that can you help us tell us about the refinery? Do you think we do not, we do have refinery in this country? If so, why can't government do something about it? Since all this while, if you ask me, we don't have refinery. Thanks. Okay. Okay. Thank you so very much. Good afternoon, all. Ade from Okoba. In civilized countries, leaders think before they act, but reverse is what happens here. This palliatives is a lazy approach of government to solve the economic hardship they have put Nigerians into. This is Almajiri refugees approach of governance. It is a perception. It's a perception is more less than buying. Thank you. It's kind of lengthy. Let's leave that quickly, okay? Just be as brief as possible now. Come on, several messages here. Well, this person is saying we have variously been fooled by government. It's a big shame that a big country like Nigeria will condescend to sharing money and 1 or 2 cups of rice instead of finding ways to grow the economy for the common good of the people. Chinedu from Badagry sent in that message. Please, my people, I want to ask, what if, as our government says, they want to give out student loan and this money was not paid back? Is that given? Okay. I don't think the refineries could be put in place because most of our leaders, both in the past and in the present, own refineries outside the country. It only takes a leader who do not have any refinery to actually take action to bring the refinery into operation. Okay? I think it's all right. It's all right. CP, government is weakening our purchase power and offering palliatives. For instance, fuel of 65 naira is now 200,000 per week for me. This is just one of the many increases on same earning. Please, is government recruiting more vulnerable citizens? Please, this palliative discussion is a no-no. Simisola sent that from Isolo. And this person is saying, well, okay, Comrade Peter says is spending his voice by saying Nigerians have started yielding when we are still in Genesis. By the time we enter Exodus, I wonder how it will be. There are the people that told, or these are the people that told us that they will hit the ground running from day one. All eyes are on the judiciary to do justice because the consequence will be bizarre. Okay, let's see if we can touch more calls now quickly and before we start wrapping up. Good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hello, we can hear you. Oh, if you must call in, endeavor to move away from your radio set. Just do move away from your radio set so we can hear each other. 0700 903 903 903. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
How is the day?
Good. What's your name?
Monday from Passenger.
All right.
Many issues to touch, but I just want to touch only one.
60 seconds.
The issue of palliatives. I will enjoy Nigerians to collect whatever palliative they bring to your side.
Okay.
That is the truth, especially in terms of money. Because if you don't collect it, this money will be embezzled by people who are top government officials. It is all right. By the time you are saying you are not doing you are just being yourself. Collect the money before they embezzle everything, put it into their pocket or take it to Igbo country. Collect the money and use it for your own good. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much. Sipi, I want you to respond to what you heard. I mean, what he said.
Well, what he has said makes a lot of sense. There's an adage in Igbo land that says, if you are pursuing a cow...
No, say it in Igbo first.
Na kama efi ga-agbanarị ibubele ododo. That is if you are
English?
In English.
Good.
If you are pursuing a cow, instead of you to totally lose the cow, just cut the tail and hold that one. And to do a total loss. That's a summary of what the man has said.
Okay.
The one you see, you collect. And then continue to watch. Because if you fail to collect, they will collect the whole thing, take it overseas and go and buy houses in London and Florida and all that.
So, my brother, please collect the tail. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, welcome.
Welcome indeed.
Yes.
Good afternoon, Chief.
Good afternoon to you too.
Chief, I need to draw your attention to one thing. Everybody, refinery. If that refinery is working today, there is no way Nigeria can monitor the activities of the refinery. They will still be giving us 10 million liters and they will be telling us they put 100 million liters in the system. In 2012, Governor Ezeokenwa of Edo State, unannounced, went to Warri Refinery. Because as at then, they told us Warri Refinery was working at 40%. The election of Governor Ezeokenwa, re-election is coming up. No single PMS in Edo State. The reason when they are unannounced. When they got there, he told them, I don't have any PMS in my state. What happened? But in their book, in their blackboard, it is written that
360 tankers were sent to Edo. The same which Edo and from Edo, there is no single something. Because we don't have the mechanism to tell them right there that this is how many liters all the filling stations in Edo receive today. All over in Europe, in America, everywhere I live, they know how many liters each filling station is getting per day. They know how many liters they are selling. Because it's from there they collect their taxes. It's from there they know their daily consumption. I move now, it's my job. I find out that they are using electronic gauge. Just the type in everybody's car. You can't tamper with it. So any liters you put in there is transmitting into the government because they have to collect taxes on it. So here we are still using long sticks. They will dip it down into the tank. They will be taking it out to know how many, whatever they have in their reservoir down there on the underground.
Okay.
If the current administration, sir, we can use a deputy for that. Tell all filling stations in Nigeria, is it more than 200 million people? You should equip your filling station with electronic gauge. Nobody can tamper with it. This gauge, to buy and install it doesn't cost up to 50,000 naira. So it's of no cost to the government. Every filling station can do.
Thank you.
So that when it's because they are paying subsidy at the port of entry, that is what is the corruption we have in this subsidy.
Okay.
If they are paying it at the pump, then there will be no scam in there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. I appreciate you. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jide, and my greetings to the city.
Yes, good afternoon.
Yeah, this is Asemoto Bright calling from Italy. Though I did send you a message earlier, but there's something I want to clarify to you, Mr. Jide, and to your guest. Because I listened to many of your callers, and everybody is kind of keen on let us get our refinery back, and it is not a rocket science for everybody to understand that that is one of the major problems that is putting everybody on hold in Nigeria. But it seems like our leaders does not even, go towards that direction at all. And the reason, like I said earlier, that we don't know if those refineries have been used as collateral. We should not forget that the NAPC is no more a national asset. It is now a private enterprise. So if the NAPC can be privatized, then what happens to your refinery? Does that not send a signal to you that you don't have a refinery at all in existence? If your national body who preside over your crude has now become a private establishment. So those refineries are under NAPC. So you don't expect the refinery to work if the NAPC is already a private organization. So for me, I don't think we have any refinery at hand as we speak. Then the issue of palliative is a laughing issue because last month, I live in Italy. Last month, I have a daughter and a wife. Though I work alone, I just arrived home, and in my letter box, I had a letter, and it was from the state government addressing to me that to cushion the effect of the high inflation in the society, I'm entitled to go to the nearest post office to get a credit card. That in that credit card, the exchange rate, if I have to compare with the currency in current Nigeria currency, I have almost about 400,000 naira. Just for me to manage with my family because they understand that the situation is kind of, is bad. But it's not that things were really bad for me. That is how government works. That is how government works. I didn't have to go and stay on the line. I didn't even make any call. It just came to my house without me asking for it. And I'm not an Italian citizen. Don't get that wrong. I'm not an Italian citizen. I work here. So if they can identify me still not even their citizen. So how do somebody in Nigeria who is a citizen be thrown bag of rice as if we live in a refugee camp? Even in refugee camps, it doesn't even happen like that. You understand? It's a shame. We could be laughing and we could be talking. The crisis in Nigeria is more than normal. It is so obvious that even a blind man can say, I'm tired, I'm fed up with the system. We should tread caution now because we are already on the edge. And it's not that when something happens, then the Westerners will now come and say, no, we don't support anything, we don't do this, we don't. But they have been saying that the people have been complaining and nobody is coming to our aid because they are happy that our government is giving us 1 cup of rice because it will show to them that we are poor and they will continue to give us aid and the leaders are happy. They are cashing out. So that is my submission. Thank you for giving me the time.
Wait, before you go, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you share your palliative with me?
You say what?
Can you share your palliative with me?
Definitely I will. Definitely I will.
Okay.
Definitely I will. Why not?
Please share your palliative with me. I think I like your own palliative than the federal government palliative.
That is how it's supposed to be for every Nigerian. That is dividends of democracy. And we are still fighting. We are still fighting to have one.
Oh, God.
It's a shame, though. It's a shame. God help us.
Thank you. Thank you for calling.
You know,
let's wrap up
to add to what he has just said. You see, when you look at the West, Europe and the US and all that, you come to find out that the leadership there are people whose values are different from what we have here. The leaders are not thinking of owning properties all over the world. Go to Dubai, buying like primitive acquisition. They will buy houses in Dubai,
but what is
buy in UK, buy in the US, buy in less than 20, 30 vehicles at a time, so that they will be the people that are calling the shots. In US, if you are a governor of, let me give you an instance like California, which is the richest state in US. You as a governor, if you dare put on convoy, you will not stay more than 24 hours in that office as governor of US, of California. You cannot. I gave you an instance the other time that in 2005, I went to eat in a restaurant. The governor of Texas drove in. He came alone. I didn't even know him. It was my late friend who took me out that was telling me that this man is the governor of Texas. If it were in Nigeria, they will drive away everybody in that restaurant, or convoy with escort, police, DSS, military. Everybody would have cordoned the whole of the restaurant. Try it in America. The next day you are gone, and you may go to prison for even trying that. Who are you as a governor in the US for you to take a private jet? What they are doing here, this scam they are doing here and calling themselves governors. You dare not. If you try it, you pay through you tell them where you're going to get the money from to go and charter a jet. You enter the commercial jet, Delta Air or Southwest or whatever, or Northeast or American Airlines, and sit like every other person. Nobody cares. Nobody will be accompanying you to airport, clearing everywhere. People will be carrying bags. No, it's terrible.
And when our governors get there, they are humbled.
Before Uncle,
they obey.
I have on 2 occasions. I landed, I think, in JFK. That was either 214 or 216. I was in business class with one of the governors. He queued
over there,
and he behaved himself. He cannot jump the queue. If he jumps the queue, he may end up not even entering US. They'll put him on the next flight and take him back to Nigeria, and there is nothing he can do. These are areas where they have sanity. These are areas that are welfare oriented, in as much as they are having hard times now because of the prevailing global economic situation. There's no madness in being in leadership or being in position of authority. They don't steal the way we are doing here. One man will own maybe 40 or 50 properties in FCT because he has entered the political position in the government. It is a terrible thing. It is worrisome and it is disturbing. I pity the upcoming generation. Is this what we are going to bequeath to them? It's very unfortunate. to say the least.
With that, we wrap up today's. I'm lost for words. Seriously, lost for words. Let's go. CP, thank you so very much for coming.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
As regards the issue of Oyo, we'll do it next Tuesday.
Oh, okay, yeah. You see how
because a lot of people are
God.
curious. They want to know what happened in Oyo State. We'll do it next Tuesday.
By Tuesday, CP will be here. Don't worry, a whole lot will be unraveled here.
Yes.
Don't forget, do these every weekday, 1 to 3 p.m.
Yes.
My name is Jude, Ikami Jude. On social media, whether Facebook or Instagram, all of them. Ikami Jude, IKAMIJUDEH, Ikami Jude. Okay, thank you so very much for being a part of this broadcast. But I'll be here tomorrow for the Friday edition. I'm out of here. Good afternoon to you.
Dear valued listeners, we believe in free speech, but with freedom comes responsibility. We'd like to remind you to be mindful of